What's up, man? Can you hears?
I think it worked.
Yep, I can hear you and see you, man. How the hell are you?
Got a very Blair Witch vibe going.
I dig it.
I'm so sorry.
Right. Man, it's been a while since I've seen that shit. You think there'd be a revamp of that style? The old
Christian Bale comes and plays the witch.
as his skinny was that movie he played the real skinny guy and lost a ridiculous amount of weight? Was that Christian?
I don't know. I don't watch movies where skinny people lose weight.
That's true.
It makes me feel shitty about myself.
Right. Dude, I feel that.
Are we allowed to cuss? Is this like
this is just me at my house, bro. Nothing to worry about.
Right, I don't know if it's
upstairs, but
regulated.
No, you're good. Where are you physically located now?
Hagerstown, Maryland.
Hagerstown?
Hagers.
Okay.
Hager.
Hager. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that where you're from originally?
No, I'm from Baltimore, actually.
Okay.
But I moved to Kentucky and lived there for well over 20 years, so I consider Louisville like my hometown.
Is that where you went to school, high school and shit, Louisville?
High school, yes.
Gotcha. Where'd you go?
So I went to Fairdale, and then I went to Fern Creek. And then I got kind of I wasn't showing up to school. So the assistant principal was like, yeah, well, we're just gonna we're gonna quit school for you. All right. So then I went back and got my GED.
Sweet. I've known several people do that. I hear it's not too bad, process wise.
Yeah, I got in before they made it hard to do the GED, so I got the easy GED test.
It's basically the citizenship test, from my understanding.
I don't know. It was easy as hell. It was
oh yeah. So when did you move back? It's been about a year, right?
Almost 2.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've COVID, dude. It's been a blur. I try to forget the past year.
You're telling me I last year I had the whole summer booked up, and then COVID hit.
No shit.
Oh yeah, it was about to be going on a run with some people that I was really a big fan of, and then COVID hit, and it was okay, never mind.
Damn. Anybody you can talk about?
No, I don't know how they would feel about it. So,
how are the clubs there in your area? You got an open mic at least going on currently, or?
Yeah, I'm within an hour of DC. I'm an hour of Baltimore, an hour of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. Is there train action?
Oh, lots of Hagerstown's pardon me. Hagerstown was a big train depot.
Okay.
We even the biggest one of the biggest urban legends here is the poop train.
The poop train?
The poop train.
Huh.
Once a year, the poop train comes through Hagerstown.
Is that a Mr. Hanky type thing, or?
Well, it's there's so much waste in New York City. That they have to transport it by train south.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so it comes through Hagerstown, and that's man.
They just use normal passenger cars and just shovel it in. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen the poop train yet.
Just buy one ticket and
that's why I call it an urban legend, because everyone tells me about it, but I haven't seen it yet.
I hope it comes in the middle of winter and not hot ass summer where it smells real bad.
Most people say it comes in the summer.
I used to work there in Butchertown, across from that meat processing, that pig plant there.
Oh yeah.
Dude, in
Oh.
the summer is like inhaling pork grinds, walking around down there is awful. Just
And then they
hot
started to
shit.
build up like restaurants down there, so you'd get that smell. But then you'd like, oh crap, I really like this pizza place, so I'll go and eat here. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh shit. So where are you? Where are you doing open mics at? When was the last time you done one?
Monday.
Oh shit. Where at?
Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh wow. Is that also an hour radius?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
So what makes you, that's kind of you got a lot of options there.
Yeah, there's a lot of like you got the big scenes, but there's a lot of even smaller comedy shows happening around here. Gettysburg has shows so often. Hanover, Pennsylvania actually has a really nice club. Martinsburg, West Virginia has shows.
Sweet.
So there's a lot of options.
Have you got any gigs at all, like paid gigs coming up, anything like that?
I'm not really. I'm talking to someone about doing some shows with them, but I don't know where that's at. I'm so bad at the business side of this that it's easier if someone's already setting stuff up and they're like, hey, do you want to come with? And I'm like, yeah. And that's how I usually get my shows. So
Nothing wrong with that, man, at all. I dig your shit, dude. Something about I hate to even describe it, but some self-deprecating shit that I fucking hits home. You know what I mean? It's like you see, you just sound like a version of me, and it's fucking awesome. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I enjoy the comedy.
Nobody can make fun of me more than I can make fun of myself.
Feel that, bro. Feel that. You got a solid half hour. What? It seemed like you had a good 15 from what I saw. Just the few clips I was watching.
I could do about a half hour.
No, yeah.
I'm so tired of all the stuff I used to do that I'm trying to just get new stuff and
right. About abusing it and enjoying it while we got it.
Man, we're gonna be the unlucky few to get to live forever.
Man, I'm kind of hoping that because I'm fucking destroying this fucking shit bag I got going.
No, they're just next year. It's just good. Oh, we invented immortality, so
right.
Here you go.
Johnson & Johnson immortality vaccine.
Right.
Moderna one's only 500 years, but Johnson & Johnson.
Who knew? We just had to find this random light switch in the woods, and when we flipped it on, no one dies. It's just wild.
God, I had a whole train of thought. Oh, who are you? Who's making you laugh currently?
Oh, dude. I haven't watched a lot of comedy really since the pandemic because it's been kind of heartbreaking to watch other people
do what you enjoy.
Yeah,
I feel that.
But
anybody
I mean,
prior?
Always a huge fan of Chad Daniels, Stuart Huff. Just man.
Let me rephrase it then.
There's a dude in Baltimore.
Is there a bit that sticks out to you that just fucking that right there fucking kills it?
My favorite bit of all time is probably always going to be Gary Goldman's state abbreviations.
Do you mind if I play it because I'm not familiar with it without?
Yeah, go ahead.
State abbreviations, okay. I'm looking here. I'll think I can share it if I'm not an idiot. So hold on 1 second.
Thanks very much.
I'm not very good at this. This is my co-host. He's the skilled Zoomer.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to.
Yeah, I can see it.
Share sound.
I just wanted to recommend a documentary to everyone, and then I'm going to go. It's about the men and one woman who abbreviated all 50 states down to 2 letters. All you have to know for this is that we have 50 states in America, and they each have a 2 capital letter abbreviation. But that wasn't always the case. Up until, I want to say 1973, and so I will. Up until 1973, every state had its own abbreviation, and it was chaos. Like Massachusetts was MASS period, Florida was FLA, Utah was Utah. They just dropped the H, not much of an abbreviation. But then the post office said, no, every state has to have a 2-capital letter abbreviation, and so they convened a crack squad of abbreviators. They assembled a ragtag outfit of rogues, misfits, and ne'er-do-wells. How often do well? Ne'er. They ne'er did well. And they were charged with abbreviating all 50 states down to 2 letters. Now, I read this description to the documentary, and much like you, thought to myself, how are they going to make a 98-minute documentary about a task that couldn't have taken more than 6 minutes to complete? Boy, was I wrong. It was an adventure. Ups and downs, ins and outs, friends became enemies, enemies became friends. They started off, they thought it was going to be easy because Alabama lulled them into a false sense of security. They said, Alabama, AL, holy crap, this is easy. We're going to finish before they stop serving breakfast in the hotel restaurant. And the boss said, guys, if we finish before they stop serving breakfast, breakfast is on me. And then one guy said, oh, I hope they have an omelet station. Just for context, the omelet station had just been invented, and it was sweeping the nation. And this other guy said, you know what, I'm not comfortable with the omelet station because I feel like the omelet chef resents you. Like, he didn't want to be the omelet chef. Nobody dreams of being an omelet chef. He wanted to be the chef. Now instead of giving the orders, he's taking the orders from your stupid wife and your ugly kids. And I think one day he's going to snap, and I don't want to be there when it happens. And they were like, well, why don't you just get Eggs Benedict? And he said, I don't like holiday sauce. And they said, did you just say holiday sauce? Yeah, why? Because it's hollandaise, you moron? And then the boss said, guys, I hate to be a nudge, but could we get back to abbreviating the states? We still have 49 left. And apologies were made, and understanding was reached, and they got back to abbreviating. They said, what's next? They said, Alaska. Everybody cool with AL? But somebody caught it. One man sheepishly raised his hand and said, sir, I think we might have used that one before. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure. Well, let's check the minutes. Dottie, read the minutes back to us, hon. Dottie was the wisecracking secretary. Every 1970s office had a wisecracking secretary, and this one's name was Dottie. And Dottie was the pistol. You would love, she was a real hot ticket. Dottie, listen to what Dottie said. They said, Dottie, read the minutes. How Dottie is this? He said, read the minutes back to us. This is so Dottie. And she goes, you mean the minute? Oh, Dottie. Dottie, what are we going to do with you? Spank my ass and make me a martini? Dottie, you're incorrigible. Now read the minutes back to us, you Randy Minks. And she said, it's hollandaise, you moron. Et tu, Dottie. How do you know Shakespeare? You don't know hollandaise. That's a paradox. Alaska AL, Alabama AL. We did use that one before, boss. And the boss said, guys, not a big deal. We'll come back to it. It's not going to happen again. Certainly not going to happen 27 more times. Foreshadowing. So what's next? Arizona, AI. There we go. We're back on track. Next, Arkansas. Shit. No, we'll come back to it. It's not going to happen again. What's next? California, CA. There we go. Next, Colorado, CO, Momentum, Connecticut. We are screwed. Somebody needs a drink. Not now, Dottie. Not now, you vulgar lush.
That's fantastic.
By the time they got to Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, followed by Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, and Missouri, shots were fired. They were at each other's throats. So they did what any savvy business would do. They hired a consultant. They brought in a contractor. I'm sorry, not a contractor, a contractor.
This is the complete opposite of like dirty. You know what I mean? It's so well written.
A man who made words smaller by combining or apostrophizing them. And this guy was the best. He was a legend within that world.
Gary Bowman is
amazing. You know his.
He did a series for a whole year of like writing comedy tips, which if you're trying to get into do comedy and I highly recommend looking it up. It's just everything in it, the real stuff. I don't know, man. It's a really good reference to use.
Is it a book?
No, it's a series of tweets.
Oh, okay. I see it here.
Every day he would just release another tweet. He did it for almost a whole year. Several places just compiled all the tweets. So I'm sure you can find like a link where you can just read the whole list without having to go through his tweets.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I mean, it's like a guy like him to just share his wealth of knowledge it's amazing. So.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm going to read through this. This is pretty legit. So he did one a day?
Yeah, he did like one a day for almost a whole year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm saving this link so I can check that out.
Yeah, definitely a really good reference.
That was a surprising answer, though. It was not what I expected to hear. Would you say you're a huge fan of like technical writing styles? Like,
yeah, I love comedy, man. I love the writing, but then I love people that can go straight off their head.
right.
I love crowd work, man. You will never get me complaining about someone bringing a guitar, because if they're really funny, I love that, man.
Yeah, funny's funny, man. It doesn't matter what it is.
I just love comedy, man, and people who can make me laugh.
Right. I'm not going to ask you the whole when did you know blah 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 nonsense, but it seems pretty apparent. You know, it was pretty early. But when was your first time you did stand up? How old were you?
I was 30 years old.
Nice. Now,
yeah, I didn't have the balls to do it, man, but I had a friend who was hosting a show, and I kept going to I always wanted to do comedy, but I kept going under the guise of supporting him, but he knew I wanted to do it, and he kept threatening me. He's like, if you keep coming, I'm going to put you up eventually. I'm going to put your name on there. And I was like, nah, don't do that. And then I'd go home and write. And then, yeah, one day he just called me up to the stage, and like I said, I'd been writing, so I went up and I did it.
Now, did you just remember shit you'd wrote?
Yeah. Yeah, it was I was better at memorizing stuff then.
I hear you. That's impressive though. You were writing before you even tried it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. I always liked writing. I used to write short stories before that. Most of it I kept to myself, man. Just
yeah,
not a lot of stuff that I shared with the world.
Right. Just getting your thoughts out of your head and onto something else other than your head.
Oh yeah.
That's a good stress release right there.
Absolutely, man. It's a great way to get rid of stress, and
hell yeah.
highly recommend it, man.
Are you a gamer?
I haven't really played video games in a long time. I used to when I was younger. I was huge in the World of Warcraft vanilla.
Oh wow, it's been a while since I've heard that.
Played Call of Duty a lot, but
what's occupying your time for fun nowadays?
Yeah, and that's why I stopped, man. To be honest with you, like I haven't had a console since Xbox One was released.
Nice.
And I haven't really played video games since then because I wanted to do comedy, and I knew that if I played video games, about that time was when I was huge into Minecraft.
Yep. I think my son's upstairs playing it right now with one of his buddies.
Minecraft, man, like, oh, you just lose all concept of time when you're playing Minecraft.
Yep. And he's into like the created servers and all the ridiculous like build an entire city type stuff. It's cool.
it's like, like you get it now when people talk about being abducted by aliens and losing hours. Like I feel the same way when I played Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm a gamer, man. I get it. That's one of my go-to. Like, I need to turn my brain off for a while, so let me just fucking dive into some game that I don't have to really have a conscious thought and play. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's how I got into World of Warcraft, man, when it came out. Because
that shit'll suck you in. I tried it a couple times, but I could easily tell it was like, if I'm going to play this, I'm going to play it for 18 hours straight. So I better.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never been a PC gamer, so that really, like, I didn't want to get that habit going. Console seems like it's a little, you have to turn it on and change channels. Computer, I sit at all day for work, so it'd be hard for me not to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been a while, so I don't know. Like games probably a lot more advanced than they were, but it wasn't that much different than a console.
Right. Bad buddies like creating accounts and leveling them up and selling them and all kinds. It's all kinds of nonsense in Warcraft. It was like its own currency basically for a while.
Oh yeah, dude. I was started playing when WoW Vanilla came out, and I had just been through like my first ever relationship broke up. Like I was with the girl from like 16. We started dating when we were 16, and I was 21 and we just broke up. And World of Warcraft just helped me like not think about it. So I think that was another thing that was like a selling point to me. Is like I didn't have time to be sad, man. I had to level my character up.
Right. Trying to get that level 80 or whatever the first big monster was. I think it was 80. It was a cap there for a while.
Right, man. Maybe. I was 180 pounds when I started playing WoW. I was like, that whole South Park episode where dude gets big, that was me, man.
I hear that, man. I could easily see myself just like merging with my chairs, one unit, you know what I mean? Just becoming skin graft to it and shit.
Jesus, I'm so glad DoorDash and Grubhub didn't exist back then.
Bro.
Oh, man.
As somebody who's created a bubble for COVID, we have groceries delivered now.
Yeah.
And we all DoorDash some shit from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I ever went anywhere, but I got to stop at some point just to get out of the house more.
Back when I was playing WoW, man, the only time I went out of the house was if I had to or when I had to go get food. So, yeah, if DoorDash and Grubhub existed back then, I'd have been screwed.
Right.
And, like, I lived in Butyl. I don't know if you know the old Kentucky apartments.
No, I'm a Hoosier, man. I live across the bridge in Indiana, so I know Louisville, but I don't know the boroughs very well, you know what I mean? The ins and outs.
Well, like, when the sun went down, the pizza places would not deliver there.
That sucks.
Yeah, so it's like we
had not a good sign either.
Pick up our food. Yeah, I mean, we never had any issues, and it was all the issues that happened before we even moved in. But still, it kind of persisted, and that's how why like pizza companies just would not deliver there. So we had to go get our food.
I feel you there.
You're like, DoorDash just doesn't care. They're like, be safe. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, basically, there's people, they get to choose which deliveries they want to do, so they're selecting those. You know what I mean? So,
DoorDash,
like, fuck it, if they're willing to do it, let them do it.
I do DoorDash. I just got signed up for Grubhub. I've been doing DoorDash for about a year. I haven't done a Grubhub order yet, but
how often you do it?
Man, like at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh yeah, it's good. Is it worth good money?
Yeah.
Sweet. I know I'll be tipping like crazy, man, just because I'm like fat and appreciate food being brought to me.
Hey, man, that's love. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Always. I never even pay attention most of the time, so it's always like, a $5 tip or something for a 3-minute drive. So
Hey
I'm
man,
in Clarksville, so there's everything around me. You know what I mean?
that's awesome, man.
Gosh,
Yeah,
I
I think
appreciate that shit. Groceries too, dude. Like we got there's 6 of us, so when we get groceries delivered, it's a load. You know what I mean?
yeah, dude, I've never taken a grocery order.
Oh, DoorDash does groceries?
Yeah,
Oh shit!
I would assume they do them in your area. I know they do them up here.
I think that they just start doing cigarettes and alcohol and shit too.
Yeah, I won't touch an alcohol order.
That's
That,
because of the
that
um,
scares me, man.
liability situation. Sure,
Absolutely,
I get that. I got a
man.
ticket when I was 20 for possession of alcohol. I had a beer in my hand walking into an Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Well, I mean, they should have expected that. You shouldn't have got a ticket
Right?
for that. I mean, come on.
I agree. It was bullshit. I didn't even have it open yet. We just got out of the car.
Nah, man. I've seen what happens to people who get caught selling to underage people and with alcohol, and most of the time, rightfully so. I mean, sometimes they do sneaky stuff when they try and catch you. So it's like,
Right. What is it? ABC? Is that what it is?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to wait tables and had to like do all that training shit to know when you overserve, and that's a big deal. And I do it now on the other side. We have, a drunken buffoon gets in a car accident and kills somebody. If we found out they were overserved at a bar, we certainly go after that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean it's a I get it, but it's also like kind of scary, and that's why
Oh yeah. I don't
why
blame you there.
I don't think the liability is worth a couple dollars for an order that has alcohol on it.
All right. So I wonder if they're doing cannabis that way too with DoorDash in legal
Uh,
states.
I don't know. I
I
I
think
don't
that would
know.
be a little safer than alcohol.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how that would work. Because I mean, out here, I don't think it's legal in Maryland. I think it's just decriminalized.
I gotcha. But in states
So
like Colorado, Cali, you know what I mean, whether you can go publicly into a store and buy it just like you could alcohol, I don't see what
yeah,
just a new avenue for DoorDash to make more money because they have weed delivery services
oh
already.
yeah.
So I'm sure, or you either DoorDash it or you just have another sticker on your car and do weed deliveries as a part of it. You know what I mean? Like Grubhub.
I'm sure there's probably someone that has that business model.
Fuck yeah. Any situation where people don't want to go somewhere and you're willing to bring shit to them, there's money to be made.
I mean, again, I'd be worried about how you set that up to fight scams.
Right.
With DoorDash, we already have to deal with a lot of scams. I had someone claim I didn't deliver their food just recently.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Do you take pictures of it? Is that what you normally do if you have to leave it?
Well, 90% of the time I do take pictures of it, but like they came out and met me at the door.
Oh, and then they fucking
Yeah, and I didn't have, and they knew the name on the order and they knew my name. And I don't know, man, like lapse of judgment. A lot of times I have my phone, even for those orders, when people do that, I take a picture. But in that moment, I didn't. And that was the person who claimed
ganked their shit.
yeah.
See, that makes me think now because a lot of times I'll order it and not notice I'm logged in as under my wife's name or something. And when they deliver it, they'll look at me all crazy and call me Jessica and like look all nervous and stuff. So that makes a lot of sense now. Like before, I just assumed they were, yeah, you're not Jessica, ha ha ha, like a joke, you know what I mean? But now I'm like, oh, they're actually concerned I'm gonna fucking, try to get them on for something. I feel bad now.
There used to be a whole bunch of YouTube videos of people showing people how to scam food deliveries,
Oh shit.
how to make the claim that they didn't deliver your food and all, and people
I
were
actually
losing.
did have it happen once. A fucked up delivery happened to me one time. this fucking Chick-fil-A breakfast, and they delivered it just to the wrong house. They had even had a picture of it on the doorstep. It was like 3 blocks up the road. The wife walked up there. This is like 8:30 in the morning. And by the time she got up there, they had taken the people who lived there had gotten it off the porch and were probably consuming it inside. But we could clearly tell, wait a second, that's not our porch. Whose fucking porch is this? You know what I mean? And then by the time I got it figured out, Chick-fil-A wasn't serving breakfast, and I was fucking bummed.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. No, I mean, obviously there's a lot of shadiness with drivers too. There was most of the reason why your bags are sealed now, and why we can't really like investigate what's in there, we can't really look at it, is because there was YouTube videos of drivers who would show themselves eating your food when delivering it.
Yeah.
People are scandalous, dude.
Rubbing their nuts on it and shit. Okay, so
I mean, geez.
Yeah. I believe it. Because people are gross, dude. People are fucking gross.
I mean, I don't know if that's in a YouTube video, but I wouldn't doubt that someone did it.
Oh yeah. That it does open the door for the creepiest of the creepy. There's no like vetting process as far as like an interview, you know what I mean? It's more of a, is your car acceptable?
Very much. It's like, hey, can you breathe?
Right.
You ain't got COVID right now, do you? Then you're good.
Yeah, there's no like, hey, you're not going to sniff everything or something. You know what I mean? Like excessively rub things on your body as you deliver it or anything, right?
What's that called? When you promise to be good, the Boy Scout have it, the honor system.
Yeah, yep. Old Scout's honor.
Do you believe in the honor system? Check mark here.
Oh, because it makes me not want to order it ever again, though.
No, dude, 90%, 99% of the time, it's fine. Like,
oh, dude, I'll order that shit in an hour from now. I'm sure. I'm fucking
right
talking about it.
Most of the drivers are great. Most of the staff at a restaurant, I've seen drivers talk about having issues with restaurant staff. I've done it for well over a year. Never had an issue with anybody at a restaurant.
Seems like the restaurant staff would appreciate it more because they don't have to deal with the fucking idiots that, you know what I mean?
No, there's some restaurants that absolutely hate us.
No shit.
Oh, dude.
As somebody's waited tables, man, fucking, you deal with some shitholes, dude. Like just human being wise. So I figure, the less they have to deal with the public, the better. I
get that, but you gotta think like there's some work for the restaurant staff to do, and they're not really gonna get any of the tip money because
that's true. The bussers aren't getting tipped, and
it's not like we make a lot of money from that order. It's a collection of orders, and
that makes sense. I didn't think about that. Somebody going in, so they're not getting tipped, and
right. Plus, then you also have with the pandemic, so they're not making as much money anyways.
Yeah, it's they're saying 75% of most restaurants will be closed in the next 6 months.
I believe it, dude. I mean,
I just went to a buddy of mine. This Dimensions VR. He owns one of those VR game store. You go in and play, VR for an hour or whatever. And he's shutting down in May because of it. Just no traffic. You know what I mean? I feel bad. It's a fucking awesome setup.
I always wanted to own my own internet cafe.
Dude, pachinko? Internet cafe with some pachinko games? Lots of tiny Asians smoking cigarettes?
I always wanted to own an internet cafe, dude. Like, I wanted to own an internet cafe with, like, top-of-the-line gaming systems for people to, so like that's another dream of mine.
Yeah, they're huge. Japan has a ton of most Asian countries have, India, they all have huge internet cafes, but they're a lot of times they turn into either scam centers or like you find people sleeping there permanently almost.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. In the US, it's not really like, at least at the moment viable. Louisville had couple internet cafes.
Really?
They never lasted long. And that's before the pandemic, man. They would just open and close.
I mean, you think about the public library, you know, the people that go in there and use those computers, you know, that's
right. I mean, you gotta be careful. You don't want no perv coming in looking at porn. I mean, we all love porn, but you can't really have that at the internet cafe.
Yeah, or at the public library. I'm sure that's happened a billion times too.
Oh yeah, I'm positive.
Fuck. It's like you gotta have filters and shit on it.
Yeah, we used to like. I went to Louisville Tech, man. We would we would put pornos on the screens just to mess with the teachers.
Nice. Hell yeah. I knew a IT guy that used to do stuff for LMPD.
Yeah.
And he said 80% of the time he fixed their laptops in their cars because they were fucking watching too much porn or something on the side of the road, just on their little cop laptop, just Pornhubbing it up.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, are you serious? Like, yeah, every single time. It never fails. It's just their history is just full of fucking porn. And nothing nice either. It's all aggressive shit.
Oh, I can't watch. I can't watch when it's overly aggressive.
Hell no,
my heart isn't in it. I'm just like, dude, be careful. Like,
I'm also the same way in the opposite. Like, I'm a huge Asian fan. My wife's Japanese, but I don't. Yeah. It almost concerns me sometimes because they sound like they're crying.
Oh no, absolutely. It's just like man, like I just realized I'm a very vanilla type sex person. Yeah.
Like I'm more concerned about your feelings at this point. Are you okay?
Right, like are they gonna cuddle after this? Because if not, I don't want to watch it.
He ought to be ashamed of himself.
They better get to know each other first.
You talk to his mama with that thing.
Right. Oh man.
That's good shit, dude.
I want wedding vows. I want to know they're gonna get married.
I hear you. It's like a contract is the first 3 minutes, just them reading contracts to each other and agreeing.
Promise rings.
Yeah, they got hand up and doing oaths and shit.
You remember the promise rings when you were kids? You'd had to give them to your girlfriend.
I never did that, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, those were fun. We're 12. You're gonna marry me, right? Yeah, here's a promise ring that'll I will totally agree to when we're 18.
Yeah. What did it mean? Like, I promised to wait for you to let me fuck you, basically.
I guess, but I think it was like a promise of being together forever kind of thing. I guess everyone had their own promise, like, hey, I promise I'll see you next week or something.
I hear you. Promise to be together after the summer's over or whatever their nonsense was.
Yeah. I guess you can make your promise ring however you want it.
I was trying to find my favorite bit of all time here, but it's one of those obscure bits that's hard to find standalone.
Who is it?
Stanhope.
No.
Economics bit. I found the audio.
I like Stanhope, but I probably would not be as familiar with his stuff as you would think.
Well, if you're cool with just the audio version of it, I found it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I like him.
It's my fucking. I've heard it a billion times, and it never ceases to not get me, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I completely understand.
Let's make this work here. Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Feel bad for someone in a downturned economy. I'll give you someone. Prostitutes.
You can hear it?
Because a prostitute doesn't
have
that same worst case scenario B plan that we all enjoy. No matter how shitty things are going for you on the job. Danny, if they lay off any more people, I'm gonna be out on the street sucking dicks for a living. I got nothing else. I'm serious. Hooker doesn't have that same safety net. Hooker's already out there sucking dicks. There is a hooker chugging a cock, a fucking sour milk smelling cock behind a dumpster right now, and she's staring up at your office building thinking, they lay off any more people? More people gonna be out here sucking dicks. It's gonna be a buyer's market. More people out here.
I just picture him with his trademark
I'm gonna
cigarette.
have to start doing anal just to compete in the marketplace.
I was saying I couldn't find the visual.
Woman my age shouldn't have to do anal. I ain't built right for it no more. I gotta do exercises in the morning. I do squat thrust, trying to strengthen up my shit pussy in case this whole thing goes
Oh,
bust.
my bad.
Dead ceiling. I'm doing ass kegels every morning. You can't afford to get all loose.
Yeah, well, stuff it. But dude, that's to me, there's nothing tops that.
Oh yeah, no, I like them. I just always gravitated to the more like silly type comics than like
Right.
obviously I love Stanhope and George Carlin's amazing, but I always like the like silly comics, Gallman, Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg.
Fantastic. Hedberg's fantastic. I'm not a Carlin fan, to be honest.
Right.
He just seemed a little too douchey to me. He's like a to me, because it wasn't my generation, so he's more like a liquor version of Bill Maher, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Bill
no,
Maher's
that
Bud
that's
Light.
right.
George Carlin's the liquor version.
Does no, I love silly. Like one of my favorites, Emo Phillips.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
love Emo Phillips, man. Like, he's my favorite short joke is his joke about stealing a bike. It's like I asked God for a bike, but then I realized he didn't work that way, so I stole one and asked for his forgiveness.
Nice. I feel
And
like that's good.
Yeah, I obviously can't like do it justice, and I can't do his cadence. No one could do Emo Philip. I think that's like you can copy like a Mitch Hedberg cadence, and people try.
Right.
You can copy a Stephen Wright cadence. You can't copy Emo Phillips cadence.
Stephen Wright, man, what a fucking legend.
Oh yeah.
There's something about him that just his silence makes me laugh.
Oh dude, he's
Master at it.
he might be my favorite of all time, but it's tough because like Stuart Huff is also there.
He never got the credit, I think. You know what I mean? Still not really talked about much, and you think there'd be Stephen Wright documentaries,
I mean, and it's not to knock them, because like honestly, I have any respect for anyone who gets on stage, but it's like
Fuck yeah.
some people are just really good at the business side of comedy. They're really good at marketing themselves and getting themselves out there. And that's how like some people become big and some don't.
Yeah.
Some of the funniest comics aren't necessarily the biggest. I'll give you a comic, maybe look up. There's a short bit, Martin Urbano.
How do you spell his last name?
Urbano.
Got it.
And I think it's his, I want to say it was Jimmy Kimmel set.
Just share it.
Yeah.
He's a very funny guy. Please welcome Martin Urbano.
Like, I think this dude should be more famous than he is.
When I say the, you say poor. Kill the. Thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for having me. Before I go any further, I do have to mention there was the option to watch my set tonight in 3D, but only one person took me up on that offer, so only one person gets that added viewing experience. So don't put them on just yet. I'll let you know when there's a 3D joke about a hop right out of it. Anyway, folks, my name is Martin Urbano, but you can call me by my street name, Martin Avenue. And, let me just tell you a little bit. I had a bit of a weird day today. I was scared that I got my girlfriend pregnant. Yeah. But we talked it down. Good news, she's my ex-girlfriend. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Fantastic.
More about me. I'm Mexican. Stay with me. I'm Mexican. I come from a traditional Mexican family. My dad is a migrant worker, and my mom is a Virgin Mary candle. Yes. My parents, they both live in America now, but they still go all out to celebrate every Mexican holiday. You know, Day of the Dead, Cinco de Mayo, Payday, just all of the...
Fuck yeah.
He's so great.
Looks like a young Ray Romano. a little
I'm
bit.
actually Indian.
Oh yeah.
Just had those Mexican jokes I wanted to say. My mom was born in India. Sorry, didn't mean to offend. She was born in Native America.
His closer on this set is amazing.
Now I'm just white. I'm Italian? Don't I look like I could be something? Yeah. I feel like some of you are having trouble believing me now. I am Italian. I can prove it to you. I do speak a little Italian. I'm a Mexican. So, no, really, guys. I'm Mexican. No more questions, all right? More about me. I'm not gay, but I would have sex with a man for $1 million, right? But I'm not gonna pay more than that. Anyway, guys, so I brought these Mad Libs because, you know, I figure as a group we can come up with like a fun, you know, silly bit together. You feel like you're more a part of the show. I feel like I had to write less material. So let's go ahead and get some suggestions from the crowd. Now, fellas, try not to be too dirty. There are ladies present. How many ladies are here? By show of titties. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some suggestions. Can I get a plural noun? Just somebody over here shout out a plural noun. Cars, love it. Can I get an adjective from over here? An adjective. Purple, love it. And can I get a location you might find kids? Somebody over here again. Disneyland. All right. Let's see what we came up with here, gang. Ladies, gentlemen, and cars, in accordance with Section 2250 of Title 18 United States Code, I am legally obligated to tell you that I, Martin Urbano, am a registered sex offender.
That did it.
If you have any questions regarding my case or sentencing, please contact my purple parole officer. Anyway. Disneyland, you said?
That's just good, man.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, before I get out of here, now's the part of my set where if you have 3D glasses, go ahead and put them on. All right, thank you guys so much.
That's fantastic, man.
Right. Like I think, I mean, and he's young, so he obviously
Could become a lot bigger, and I think more people should know who he is than do at the moment.
I wasn't aware of him at all.
Yeah, there's so many really young Dina Hashin, who a lot of people know because she did the very controversial XX Tenacion joke. But she's amazing. She's real funny, really dry humor, really great writer. It's a shame like people were going for her to get her to quit comedy before like they even knew who she was.
Oh, because of like her joke about him.
Yeah,
That's why.
which really wasn't a joke about him, but it is what it is. In comedy, I don't necessarily believe in cancel culture because I don't think anyone's actually been canceled for telling a joke. They've just been like canceled for doing bad shit.
Right.
Because anyone who's technically been canceled for jokes has made out a whole lot better. Look at Shane Gillis. Dude made out so much better.
He's killing it.
Right.
He's all over
So
the place.
absolutely. So I don't think
I
that,
saw
but
on the
like,
Skanks, I think. Those guys.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at them. They got bigger when people tried to cancel them.
That's true.
So it's like, I don't think cancel culture actually exists. And I mean, all the people that complain about it, it's funny because the people that complain about cancel culture, a lot of them try to cancel Dunkin' Donuts because Rachel Ray wore a scarf.
I don't remember that. I do remember KFC because Paula Dean said the N-word.
Yeah. Rachel Ray wore a scarf in an ad, and people claimed it was the same a scarf that was worn by like terrorists.
Oh, fuck off.
Right.
That's
They tried to cancel it. I mean, come on, dude. This was only a few years ago where they tried to cancel Cheerios because they had a interracial couple on it. So
makes my stomach feel gross, dude. It's so dumb.
it is.
It's just complaining Carla's. Just people complaining and getting other people to complain about shit because they think it's something to complain about.
Right. I mean, like, I personally don't spend money at certain establishments because I don't agree with their practices, but I don't go out of my way to like, don't go there. You know,
Give me an example.
Chick-fil-A. I won't spend money there.
Because they're Satanism type stuff.
No. They.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's just but it's not
so
my
good,
place.
though, dude. Their chicken biscuits are fucking fire.
They do. Like when I was younger, I used to be obsessed with their waffle fries. I understand. It's been a struggle, but I stuck on. I mean, like I stuck to my guns. It's been tough.
Right. I hear you there.
And I mean, I DoorDash and I will pick up Chick-fil-A orders, and it always smells nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it always smells nice over there.
Like fucking Jesus in there.
And everyone's just super nice, which I'm sorry, I don't like.
No, it's creepy.
I don't like when you're really nice.
Yeah,
You guys,
sass.
your life isn't that good, and I know it, so you're
Right.
being fake.
Yeah. I'd much rather hear two hateful old hounds in the back, giving each other shit for not working.
Right?
Or, some bullshit, you know what I mean?
I went to TGI Fridays not too long ago, and I asked for a Mountain Dew, and I swear to God, the server just seemed so disappointed in that, and I loved every minute of it.
Because you didn't it wasn't alcohol or something, or
I guess.
upsell you? What a dick.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but like I was like, he's like, what would you like to drink? I'm like, can I get a Mountain Dew? And he let out this long sigh, like like you could tell in his head, he's like, really?
Here comes a
And I was
$2
just-
tip thing. You think he associated Mountain Dew with just
I mean,
poor people
maybe.
or something?
I'm a very generous tipper.
Same,
like-
because I've waited tables. It's hard not to be like you recognize, but I'll also quick to call them out for being lazy too. If you know what I mean, like, hey, bro, I know you got 3 tables in your section. Can you fucking just give me a refill instead of being whatever you're doing back there?
Man, I'm honestly not very vocal. As long as they don't treat me bad, I'm good.
Yeah.
Even then, I still tip. But man, there's sometimes I go to open mics and I just get a water or a Coke, and I'm still handing them $7,
Yeah.
whatever cash I have in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because I'm not rich by any means, you know what I mean? But as somebody who's waited tables, it is the higher the income of the patron, the less likely you are to get a good tip, it seems.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, here in Hagerstown, So there's two subdivisions that are like right next to each other. One is really nice houses. You know, everyone in there has a good amount of money to be living there, whatever. And then right across the street is a trailer park.
You get better tips from the trailer park, I'm sure.
Always.
Yeah. That's some bullshit.
Always better tips from the trailer park. Like, I am always ecstatic when I get an order to go there because I know they're going to tip me well. And I am bummed when I find out it's an order
Right. Across the
better
street.
spot. Yeah.
What do you
Like-
think that is? Do you think it's just like a snobbish, like looking down their nose at the service industry, or just don't fucking understand how much
think-
they should appreciate it?
I think like you hit the nail on the head earlier when you were saying you were a server. I think most people realize a lot of people who aren't necessarily swimming in cash know more about the struggles of, you know, service industry or just people in general. So
Yeah.
they're more willing to help out.
Right.
You know, I think there's like they talk about like the conundrum with people who win a lot of money when it comes to the lottery is that most of them go broke
Yeah.
like early because they get all that money and immediately they're not just trying to make their life better.
Right.
They're trying to uplift everyone around them.
Which is noble as fuck.
Right. But it then again, they just go broke again doing it.
Just crabs trying to get out of a bucket situation.
Right. I mean,
NFL players are kind of the same way. That's their notorious, but that may have something to do with the traumatic brain injuries they suffer. But
right. And it's not to say like I've delivered some really nice houses and gotten some really nice tips. Like, so like I've had a dude tip me $75 before. That's probably my highest tip on the app.
or DoorDash you, that's fucking awesome.
Right. And that was a really like beautiful house the guy was living in.
Hell yeah.
So like
That's a fucking score, dude.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten some $100 tips, like $100 bills, but they were like tables of 12 or it was like somebody's birthday or some nonsense. You know what I mean? I fucking hook them up hardcore and
Right.
put all my attention to them.
Right, man.
Fucking good feeling, dude. It's almost overwhelming when you see it. You're like, holy fuck. You almost feel like you got to grovel a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, fucking thank you, dude. Like, it makes me go out of my way to like say something about it. Are you sure?
I think that's my favorite thing about like not my only thing that I really like about not knowing the tip until I'm about to leave the full amount is I don't have to feel that way.
Oh, I didn't know it was like that.
Oh yeah. So
I'm fucking learning all the insider shit now.
so with DoorDash, they hold some of the money back most of the time because they don't want people
Just to select.
just
That makes sense.
cherry picking
Right.
everything. So like the rule of thumb is usually like if it's an order that says $8.50, then like and it's a really nice restaurant and a high priced order, a lot of times hey, this is gonna be an overpay. Like this
Yeah.
sometimes it's just $8.50, but a lot of times it's a good amount, a little overpay, more money than you expect.
I didn't think about that at all. I mean, I don't live in the rich neighborhood, but I don't live in the shitty neighborhood either. But always kind of when I have those unusually long wait times, I'm like, wait a second, are these motherfuckers just choosing the better score
Yeah.
somewhere?
I mean, it could be a detriment to customers because a lot of drivers might see like if you order from a restaurant that's maybe in Louisville and it's a 10-mile drive and the drivers are all like $1 a mile people and they only showing $8.50 even though you tipped well.
Right.
You might be there might be a lot of drivers that are passing on your trip.
That's true. I mean, I rarely order from across the bridge, but if I do, I'm gonna pay well for it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just that physical bridge, like it seems like it's worth an extra $5-10 just crossing it. Just
Yeah,
like all that.
and there's a lot. Sometimes if you're waiting, DoorDash may probably be hiding some of the money that you gave.
Those fuckers, man. Like Spinelli's, I'd go for some Spinelli's right now.
Oh man, Spinelli's was so good when I was in college, but like I don't know, they weren't my favorite when I left.
I think it's the location. Like the one downtown is the one I always used to hit because I was working down, offices down there, so we just walk over there.
Yeah.
But the Highlands one seems like it's a little worse quality wise.
Oh yeah.
More traffic and shit.
God, there's a pizza place that's in Linwood, or whatever, over there by the malls, but behind like the car places.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what the name of that is. Linwood?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Um,
What are you talking about?
but there's a pizza place. I don't know if they still exist, but it was called Sal's.
Hmm.
And I think when I was in Louisville, I think they were the best pizza.
I'll have to check that out, Sal. So
I didn't get like everyone raves about Mama's Pizza. That's like, I don't know, is that that's in Clarksville or something?
there is Mama's Pizza, right? Yeah. You're right, man. Linden Crossing.
Yeah.
Linden Lane there.
Yeah. Sal's is really good. I don't know if they still exist. I hope they do, but like they were really good pizza.
I think so. It's actually right by our office. The office I work at, it's on Linden Lane.
I highly recommend them.
Good wings. They look good.
Oh yeah. No, I've never not liked any food that I've gotten from them.
Yeah, you're going to see. I'm going to end up door dashing something, dude. It's going to get ridiculous here in a minute. It's a little too far for DoorDash, but
Yeah, no, I understand. But it's definitely a place to check out.
I did a podcast with a buddy of mine a few weeks ago. He owns a brewing company in Bloomington, Nashville, Indiana, and they have like 6 restaurants. So we spent 30 minutes looking at their menus, and I ended up having the wife order pizza while I was on the podcast because I couldn't.
Nice. What was the name of the brewing company?
Big Woods Brewing Company.
Huh.
They
Nice.
have a new distillery too called Hard Truth. They just bought like a 360-acre piece of land there in Brown County, Indiana, and put a big ass like Buffalo Trace style dispensary.
Cool.
They're doing all their barrels and shit there. It's pretty cool.
I got into that big craft beer craze there for a while, and then automatically like I got hit with that high blood pressure, so they put me on medicine for it.
Oh shit.
So then I had to stop, but I was like I was right there at the craft beer, man. I was in
It's a world that'll suck you in. Bourbon too. I know a lot of
yeah.
bourbon junkies. That's a little more high end though. You get into your pappies and that nonsense. Shit gets crazy expensive. But I know people who like go bottle hunting. You know what I mean?
What happened to Blanton's when it blew up, like, and they stopped making so much of it? I worked at liquor barn on Hurstbourne right before I moved.
Oh yeah, so you've seen those guys and that they'll call you or stop in like looking for something super specific, and you got that one bottle in yet, or can you put it to the side for me, homie?
I think it was every third Saturday. You had lines waiting, and they held everything back.
Do raffles?
Whatever getting released, the Blantons, Weller. If they had Pappy.
Yeah. That's a good way as a clerk, though, at a liquor store to make some side money. For real. You get a bottle of Pappy and you stick it to the side.
We weren't allowed.
Well, nobody is.
We were not allowed to touch it. Well, we were allowed to ring it up, but we weren't allowed to like take it home with us.
No, I know what you mean. I meant just like put it to the side on a shelf in the store where you know where it's at, and you know what I mean.
Man,
one of those.
Dude, at least at Liquor Barn, that shit was so regulated. Like they had it.
Yeah.
Like they brought in a special squad for that day.
Yeah.
Like you had a
struck it.
right. You had the regular cashiers, but like, man, they had the A team out on the floor.
Yeah, a bottle of Pappy is you go for $1,500 real fast.
Oh yeah. No, there's a God, what was it? I can't remember the wine. I want to say it was Ace of Spades. I think it was a $4,000 bottle of wine that this dude came in to buy. And man, it was the biggest spectacle I've ever seen in a store.
Really?
Like, security and the manager had to go grab the bottle. And the cashier, I wasn't even allowed to touch it.
Wow.
Like, like it came back, the security guard and the manager were walking it back all like uptight and all, bring it over, sit it down. And like, I'm relieved of duty, see you second, private. And
Look at this shit.
yeah.
Fucking, I can't even say the name of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Domaine della Romani, Conte Romani, Conte Grande.
Dude, you gotta pay 20,000 just to be able to pronounce that.
Right. Jeez.
Oh man, they would have probably had to shut down Liquor Barn and do that purchase like with nobody in the store.
Oh, dude, these are fucking. This is Snob Central right here, dude. You know what I mean? They're not shipping this to Liquor Barns. These are
No.
private collection bullshits. That's a whole other snob ball game right there, dude.
Well, you could actually go through a Liquor Barn in a Blue. God, what's the name of the company? Josh Blue owns it. He's like a big time businessman in Louisville. I think his name is Josh Blue. But you can go through them, but like, there's a big special process when you order something that's super, super expensive that they don't have in a store. And they can usually get what you want, but they're gonna make some money off of that too.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm blown away. I just Googled, you know what I mean? Like expensive wines. I'm in the wrong business, man. I need to make some wine.
Yeah.
15 grand. Shoo. Man,
Yeah, man.
that is
No,
fancy. Wonder what this expensive bourbon is. I'm sure it's just bourbon's all about age, right?
yeah, for the most part, but like you get a special like limited edition from like
Fucking Blanton's right there on top of the list. Pappy 15-year, 3 grand.
yeah, you get some that's like special recipe that only the founder knew or something, or it was made by the founder.
Yeah, this shit. Suntory Yamasaki, 50-year-old.
Oh yeah. I was about to say that the Japanese like whiskey has been like climbing in price.
43,000. Oh my god. Add to cart, 662,000. Click. I mean, oh shit. I'm just kidding, bro.
Don't do that. It's like I'm sorry, honey. I was just checking, and
Set
it
the
drained
alarms
all.
off and shit.
It drained all of our future income.
But yeah, but just the fact that you can one click purchase a $600,000 bottle of wine, that shit's wild.
But why would you like? So like,
Who
would you
drunk
ever drink
shops
it? Though?
No, of course not.
Because like
You
but you
hold it for
buy
20
it
years and sell it for $3.2 million.
yeah, but then you have to be like, I get it, but like then there's also like they're gonna ask you how you stored it because that's a big thing. Like a
Yeah,
lot of
chain of
people,
custody with those things. You know what I mean? They gotta.
yeah, a lot of people like don't realize that you aren't supposed to put like whiskey or bourbon in your refrigerator or your freezer. So some people probably be silly enough to do that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dude, I'll quickly put a bottle in the freezer if I'm gonna drink some hard liquor or something.
Yeah, if you're gonna drink it, but like if you're saving that bottle, you want to keep it over for a while. Like you wouldn't want to put it in the freezer.
Right. This is that brewery I was telling you about there in Nashville. Hard Truth. And he was going through. Yeah, look at this thing, dude. That's crazy nice.
Nice.
I was super impressed.
God's that whole like you're gonna drink this bourbon and fight another Civil War cut type feel
Right.
with that video.
He was talking about going through all the just choosing bottles. That's a whole ordeal.
I bet, man.
Yeah, they got fucking brewing company, they're fucking restaurants, they're doing things. And he just started like doing craft beer in his garage, you know what I mean, as a hobby.
I mean, I thought about it. Like I thought about that before, like doing craft alcohol.
Just neat.
Like, yeah, I like that show Moonshiners too, man. Like, so that gets me like,
Oh yeah,
gets me riled up and wanting to like make like illegal liquor.
well, Sean.
Yeah,
All my family are old hillbillies from the sticks of Kentucky. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, my grandpa has an old still in his garage and shit. But that was just a way of life. You know what I mean?
I've only had real moonshine, real Hills moonshine once in my entire life.
I'm sure I have. It'll burn
It's
you
an
out.
experience, man.
Yeah. Drinking pure gasoline almost.
No, dude. So like it didn't. So it was in a milk jug, and it was my friend's wife. Her family is up in the sticks in the mountains in Eastern Kentucky, so they shine. And she had a jug and of apple juice, and she was telling us how good it was. And she poured me a glass, and it was smooth. It tastes like apple juice.
Oh yeah.
And at first, like I drank like almost 2 glasses of this.
Oh shit.
And I was like, this is weak. Like I was like, there's nothing to this. But the minute I stood up after that second glass, dude, I was done.
Get you? It's like 200 proof.
Hard, man.
Oh yeah. I probably never had it then. I've had like the homemade, somebody made some blackberry or, a lot of what is it? The cinnamon stick. They'll put a, cinnamon stick down in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of get that flavor. I've had that shit, but it may not be, that good shit though. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the only time I know I've had it. I don't know, man. I was young. I was in my early 20s when she had it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a whole. I appreciate that world, but it's like I've always felt too poor to even like learn about it. Like you get so far and like, yeah, I'm too poor for this. You just back away and forget it exists. It's like looking at yachts. There's no reason for me to look at yachts.
Oh, dude, yeah, there is, because it's fun.
That's true. It is pretty dope.
I look at property that I'll never own when I fall asleep. Like,
my wife does that.
Yeah.
With my oldest daughter, they constantly looking at other houses and shit.
Yeah, dude, I do that all the time. Like that's like the new, not to steal the Saturday Night Live bit, which was stolen from Ted Alexandro, which was stolen from numerous Twitter tweets. But Zillow is the new porn.
Yeah, I get it. It's do Google Street View like that too. Like after went last a couple nights ago, did VR. That was the first thing I thought of. Was like, man, I just want to get on Google Earth and look around everywhere.
You ever get on there and look up the weird, like the weird Google Street images? The one where it's
I've seen a lot of them, yeah, where they've caught, either dead bodies or somebody like trying to murder somebody or that's fucking awesome. Just the car happened to be driving by at the exact moment of some weird shit happening.
Right?
That's cool.
This is the one that the one girl. There was one that was staged that freaked everyone out. It was this like young girl who saw the car coming down the street apparently, so she laid in the middle of the road, act like she was dead. So she became an image for a very long time, and then finally, like, it's like, no, I saw the car coming, so I did that, and it freaked everyone out.
I would do it if I knew it was coming. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like that's what we did with my last house. I remember looking it up on Google Images and thinking, "Fuck, I wish the car was home, or I wish I would have mowed the grass, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks stupid. I wish I should have did something.
Mow the grass in a Speedo, like just something unsettling,
or just make my house look a little better." You know what I mean? They picked on the shit day where the garbage hasn't been picked up yet, or some bullshit. It's like, oh man. Disappointed. They don't give you any warning, so you can't tidy up.
Man, like
first appearance.
Western Maryland, where I'm at. Oh, dude, a lot of rundown old houses that just like have been around since forever. Somehow the lawns are always immaculate, though. The roof caving in, half the water damage outside the house, but man, that lawn.
They're probably paid for by the city or something to upkeep it. Usually,
probably.
Yeah. I respect a good solid lawn, man. The older I get, like, this shit's a lot of work. It's not easy to maintain a nice lawn. It really isn't. Like, I remember last summer was I can't edge very well when I weed eat. Like, I'm just all over the place and it looks stupid. But our neighbor, dude, he's probably 65. They're both retired.
Yeah.
It just shows me up, man. Like 5 feet away, he's got this pristine edge and like nice cliff of a wall of grass along a sidewalk. Motherfucker, I can't get it right. It's fucking.
You're about to turn this into like a competition.
Frustrated about it. I never cared about grass at all until my neighbor had great grass.
You're about to turn this into a competition. Like, I'm gonna show you.
Well, you almost feel obligated to like not let yours look too shitty because they're all pristine next door. You don't want to be that guy. I
would be that guy.
Yeah, I am that guy because I got a ton of shit going on and 4 kids and not enough time in the day to fucking deal with it. But I don't want to be. I at least get self-conscious about it.
Like I'd be like I'd be trying to start a trend where like the grass is supposed to be high. Right. Like, you gotta cut your grass. I'm like, no, I'm supporting like the wildlands.
It's bamboo. It's not grass anymore. We just did it's a wildlife sanctuary for bees.
Dude, I don't get it. Like, there's people out here that like I don't live that far from the Antietam battlefield.
Oh, no shit.
There's people that mow that lawn, like mow that grass. I'm like, who does that? Like, I'm not doing that.
Well, they got those cool ass fucking 0 turn radius things, you know what I mean? They got their little headphones on and shit. It's a pretty good gig. They're getting $30 an hour probably to fucking
probably taking some of them ghosts home with you though.
That's true. It isn't a golf course, you know what I mean? That's
right.
Bowing around some sketchy shit.
I live like 4 miles away from Antietam. I live 30 minutes away from Gettysburg. And I still think the scariest place around here is a campground dedicated to Yogi Bear.
That does sound terrifying.
I delivered to that place in the middle of the night, like 3 or 4 different times. And it was pitch black, and you pull up, you round the corner, and there's this huge statue of a cartoon bear just waited for you.
Oh, fuck, and it
gets me every time.
Is Boo Boo there, or is it just Yogi?
I've only seen Yogi.
Boo Boo is the sidekick, right? That is his name.
I don't remember. See, which is another thing that weirds me out. Like, that reference would probably been cool like 30, 40 years ago. Wouldn't you want to update it?
Right. It's the same thing with Smokey the Bear. Yeah, Boo Boo. Right. Boo Boo is the sidekick. Hanna-Barbera.
Right? No, dude, it's freaky.
Like my kids don't know who Smokey the Bear is or Drugless Douglas. Remember that shit?
I actually do not know who Drugless Douglas is.
Come on, tell me you don't. Tell me you do, man. You never,
No, dude, I've never heard of Drugless Douglas.
you never had Drugless Douglas come to your school as a kid and do fucking don't do drugs talk.
No, we had Officer Friendly.
Oh fuck you, Officer Friendly. What the?
Officer Friendly.
No.
Yes, no, that's who what that was who would always go to schools when I was younger to preach no drugs. Officer Friendly.
I don't like that a bit. Why can't I find Drugless Douglas? Did I just dream this?
It's a Mandela effect. It was Shazam the whole time.
I mean, I would have thought there'd be 1,000 Google images immediately. What the shit? He was like a crime dog, man. Like a hound, you know what I mean? I'm upset.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never heard of him.
I'm a little concerned that I made this up now.
It's your Mandela effect moment.
Dude, why can't I find it? Oh no. Am I losing my mind? Drugless Douglas. It's like take a bite out of crime. Holy shit.
Bite out of crime. Wasn't that Scruff McGruff?
You may be right.
He was a detective dog. He was like old Chicago style detective. Like I think he even beat up some of the people in the cartoons. Hit him with like phone books.
Take a bite out. That is fucking Scruff McGruff. Oh man.
Like I said, this was your Mandela moment. It's like Sinbad is Shazam.
Who the
The
fuck is
space around our body that's all our own. Some people can be close to us because
that's Drugless Douglas?
I mean, he went undercover then with you guys.
I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of this. This is some bullshit. Why do I think Drugless Douglas was a thing?
I don't know.
Well, I'm fucking concerned. I'll get back to you on that, dude. This was not the end of that.
You wanted Drugless Douglas to be a thing in subconsciously.
Yeah, I guess it just makes sense that it would be a thing. You know, say no to drugs.
I mean,
dog,
it
Drugless
it
Douglas.
works.
It does work.
If you were to have anything named with the nickname Drugless, Douglas is the best name for it.
Yeah.
Drugless Steven just doesn't sound that good.
No, Drugless Carl. Drugless
Okay.
Richard. You know, it doesn't work.
Carl, everybody knows Carl was a lush.
Fuck yeah. That dude. A lot of people have done rails off Carl. Drugless. Up. Hold on.
Did you find him?
Drugless Douglas. But that is not.
He's a dinosaur?
Well, see, that is not my memory. My memory is he was a fucking dog. But maybe I am
Bro, like,
confusing Scruff McGruff, though.
you have to be on drugs to come up with that.
Yeah, a dinosaur with like fucking pastel polo shirt. Something
Like,
going on. No pants, sunglasses. He's high as shit.
and you see that and you feel like you're tripping. Like Drugless Douglas.
I hate my brain, man. That pisses me off.
You just knew, like,
I'm pretty sure
easier-
fucking Sinbad was in Shazam. That does.
it was easier to accept a drugless dog than a drugless dinosaur.
Yeah, I agree. It almost bothers me more that I found that and not a fucking dog. Fuck out of here with this dinosaur shit. I don't even know if it's a dinosaur, to be honest. It's something stupid. It's bullshit,
No.
is what it is. But man,
gonna-
as far as Mandela effects go, that was one of them. And also, the other one was I actually thought Nelson Mandela was dead.
He's dead now.
Yeah, but I thought he was dead for like a long time.
Oh,
Like I thought he died in like, early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like 01, 02, during that apartheid shit, whenever that was. That may have been earlier than that.
apartheid, I think, was like 80s, like mid to late 80s.
See, I thought he just died in jail for some reason. I thought
No,
that.
he
And Sinbad
God.
was a fucking genie in Shazam, I'm pretty sure.
I think Mandela lasted at least through the first Obama administration. I feel like they met a couple times.
That's probably true. I'm going to
Yeah.
find out when he died. A lot of these I hate, though. The most common ones, like the Berenstein Bears,
Yeah,
stupid like logo changes and shit.
yeah.
I don't get behind that. I like weirder Are you a conspiracy guy at all?
I mean, not real. I mean, I don't know. I don't honestly know. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, I kind of believe like there has to be life somewhere else,
Yeah, I don't think that's a conspiracy.
but I don't know if I believe in like lizard people.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I like it. I like a good thought exercise. So I like to go assume the worst. You know what I mean? Assume everybody's fucking. There is a global weird conspiracy. I don't assume I know anything about it or that it's actually true, but I just have to assume people are generally fucking shitty, so they're going to do shitty things.
I just feel like, especially nowadays, it'd be hard to actually have a conspiracy because the human mind, like how humans are, we always want to spill the beans, and someone's going to be on social media like blowing it up.
That's why you get fucking Epstein, man.
I mean,
That's the conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy, but that's
right.
That's the shit I like. The shit that's like provably real that should be fucking big deals that aren't really talked about.
Right. I mean, that's one.
Talking about Dr. Seuss shit. You know what I
Pushing
mean?
drugs in South Central,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
the
but
whole
that
crack-
stuff happened. Like,
Yeah, crack pandemic basically. CIA,
yeah,
and all
while
that,
his
Iran Contra shit.
while his wife is telling suburban kids to like say no to drugs, he's
All while Clintons are, getting plane loads of cocaine shipped to their
oh yeah,
Arkansas airport and shit.
yeah. I did see the God. I don't know who was the wrestler. Oh,
Roddy Piper,
no, there was a wrestler.
Jesse Ventura.
No, it's. I want to say it might have been Blackjack Mulligan, but I don't think it was. It was another one of those like cowboy type gimmick wrestlers.
The
I think, but he
Bushwhackers.
apparently he claimed he was like a bodyguard for the Clintons
Oh wow.
during that situation, and that he witnessed like what was the one of the biggest conspiracies was like the murder of those two teenagers that apparently
Oh yeah.
was
Happened to be around
stumbled
the
upon.
landing field or whatever and saw some shit they shouldn't have.
Right.
Into the Kennedy was probably murdered by some CIA or foreign government type shit too.
Right. And
That's
it's just I think another reason why like I don't know how I believe like I want the plausible deniability just in case if like they ever decide to start coming for people who know too much.
right. I don't know.
Like I'd be like everybody knows this. I'm like, hey, I'm ignorant. I don't know.
I assume MSN and CNN is the total truth. If you're listening,
Everything. It's all of it's right. I believe whatever you tell me.
right. Which is the thing that you're at now. You can't even do that because there's so many different avenues of fucking nonsense.
Right, but I guess also being with conspiracy theories, it's just depressing to think about a lot of that stuff.
Dude, fucking what do they call it? Realism, like depressive realism. It's basically depression from acknowledging how fucked the world is. You know what I mean? By just
Right.
understanding how shitty the world is, just naturally causes horrible depression.
Right. And I have my own depression to deal with. I don't want
Right.
to deal with everyone else's.
Right. Yeah, I don't want the weight of the world on my shoulders all the time. Shit's
Right. Like I got to deal with Jesus. I got to deal with looking in the mirror and being like, oh, damn,
right.
every morning.
Yeah, but the only thing that does bother me currently is the censored speech and the, just big tech basically hindering people's ability to communicate, which I get the private industry argument, but at the same time, these are, we're not, nobody's writing letters and sending telegrams anymore. You know what I mean? These are our main forms of communication.
I get that, but like I think like again with the cancel culture, the thing is like in 9 times out of 10, like most the comedy, a lot of comics are like, I can't say that joke. No, you can say that joke. It's just the audience can react the way they want.
Yeah. But there does need
every
to be
action
some
you
leeway.
can make that action, but that action has a consequence. Every action you do has a consequence.
Right. But you should feel a little safe to explore things that even if it doesn't ever work out and you never actually use it as a joke, you should be able to try material that's going to fail and not be just defined by it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but like, so if you go to a show and you try some material and it's controversial and that group doesn't like it, you go to another mic, it's going to be completely different.
But,
You know which lanes you have too as a comic. Like you know certain shows have certain rules.
No, you're not doing Holocaust jokes at bar mitzvahs and shit.
Right. Certain shows have certain rules. If you agree to do those shows, you agree to those rules.
Right.
We had one. I did a show in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where basically there was only 2 rules. Pretty much you could say anything you wanted, except you couldn't say goddamn, which if you read between the lines is really don't do religious material.
Right.
And you couldn't make fun of firefighters.
Was it a firefighters union thing or something?
Yeah, well,
It's like a
apparently
benefit.
Previous show before someone got on stage and was like, I think it's a firefighter themed bar. And a lot of firefighters go there, and he saw that and he was like, hey man, I'm glad some of y'all died in 9/11. It was a really big stink.
Ooh, okay.
But it causes that rule. So like,
right.
But any other joke like that place you could have done like you do any other controversial material. You just couldn't do that. So every place has their kind of rules. Even if they say they don't have rules, they have rules.
Right. Cocksuckers.
Yeah, I mean, you say a lot of the people that are like, "Oh, hey,
God damn those firefighters!"
Right, you can't make these like we should be able to make blue jokes, and then they don't want you to do jokes about whatever the current administration is, politics, whatever.
Yeah,
it's just,
I think comedy's got, it should just be whatever you think's funny works. If it's people think it's funny, it's fine. If not, it's not a big deal. But it's when people are just being deplatformed, I guess is the word for it, based on even like discussing election shit or it's fucking wild how quickly that shit's happening.
and I agree to a certain extent. It's a weird thing. It's like no one owes you their time or money.
Right, but for a company to like put a label on something and say this is not true or this, you know what I mean? Like basically acting as a fact checker and preventing you from sharing that information. That's weird.
I know. I don't know. I mean, it's a weird thing because like I get your point and I agree too with that to an extent, but also I'm like I feel like it's so weird to just allow people to openly lie, and like I feel like education levels, I don't want to say it that way. I'm trying to find the best way to say it. I think like especially in the United States, we had this kind of love affair with the blissful ignorance.
Yeah. Information
Um,
is the most powerful unit of currency there is currently, I think.
Yeah.
Because he who knows the information controls the narrative of how it's dispersed, really.
Yeah, and we somehow like anti-intellectualism runs rapid. Like being the smartest person in the room is kind of looked down upon. And if they're a snob, fuck them. Like, but like,
Yeah, I don't get what snobs, but I'm all about finding the smartest person in the room and talk to that motherfucker. That's how I operate, man. I love nothing I enjoy more than having my opinion changed about something. You know what I mean?
oh,
Like,
absolutely. I love
oh, okay, I see it that way. That makes sense.
learning new stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I love my favorite thing about comedy is someone who's been in it a while and I get to pick their brain.
Right. Fuck yeah, man.
Like
Fuck yeah.
someone who's been doing it for a while, who's cool and will let me sit there and like just ask them so many questions.
Right. Like my co-host, he's a classical composer, like, you know, PhD or what, masters in musical composition, like classical music.
Yeah.
I know nothing about that world, but just hearing him talk about it, dude, it's so fucking amazing. You know what I mean? To learn about it, like it's just cool being exposed to different avenues, like especially when it comes to specialties. Because I work in a legal field, so every specialty, it seems to me, has their own language.
Yeah.
You know, you get the deeper you get, the more the language becomes important, like science especially. You know, it's hard to speak in terms of geometry if you don't know all the terminology, if that makes sense. So
yeah, absolutely.
that's what I enjoy, is kind of breaking down that stuff when I hear people talk about it, just so I can go, hold on, what is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's my thing. I feel like we should strive to be more. I think
Curious.
intelligence should get, and facts should be held in more in a higher esteem than they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Public information too, I think, needs to be more prevalent and available.
So I'm not necessarily for censorship. I'm not for censorship. I don't agree with that. But I'm also for like knowing the difference between what is true and what's not true.
There's a lot of gray area there, but again, I'm with you when it comes to, like, you can't just run into a crowded room and scream fire and, you know, stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? There's got to be some reason to it. But
I really do not understand how the light scheme keeps changing in this room.
I thought you had some like LEDs on or something going down.
No.
It's
and the
fucking,
TV's on, but it's not like changing lights that great.
You've been mowing grass at Antietam?
Hey man.
Bring home
my sister's dog is kind of a big house, like deceptively big.
Yeah.
You look at it from the outside, it doesn't look as big. But it's like deceptively big, and like I was the only one here, and my sister's dog just went to the bottom of the steps, looked up, and started barking.
Fuck that.
And I was like, yeah, that's just kind of wild.
My dog will do that on occasion. I'm down in my basement, so I have a bigger dog that hangs out down here, and every once in a while something will catch your ear or something, and she'll like, you know, give a little sit up and attention to something that's in. I have to investigate it immediately, and I never, you know, rare I actually see what she's, you know, hearing. You know what I mean? It's like, what in the fuck?
Absolutely.
Fucking dogs, man. Well, dude, I don't want to keep.
I didn't mean to get us off track. It's just I keep noticing the light switching in this room.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. It's been a joy talking to you, and to be honest, like, I didn't want you to think this was anything like special. You know what I mean? Just that's exactly why I started doing this, because I realized, well, COVID really, and I'm a social person, so I wasn't getting the social interaction I needed. But then I realized, like, oh, I know a bunch of fucking super smart and interesting people I should just reach out to and try to talk to learn from and see what they're about. Because
And they weren't available, so you picked me.
no, dude,
I know.
you were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jeff
I
Davis.
appreciate it.
I don't know if you know Jeff Davis. I talked to him.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Keith McGill. I
Jeff's,
just talked to. Keith's fucking
man.
interesting as fuck.
Yeah, I picked his brain a lot.
Jeff or Keith?
God.
But I enjoy this shit, man. That's the only reason I started doing it. I was like, well, who can I fucking learn from? Because everybody I know is into different shit than I am. So it kind of gives you that glimpse into those worlds. We did a comic book one with three different guys. Two of them like had a comic book company, and the other one was like just a graphic artist who just did his own standalone first graphic novel. That shit blew my mind, dude. Like, just the creativity involved in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, man. I'm trying to get back into reading comic books, man. I did when I was younger, but I just haven't.
Jesse, you mind handing that to me? Let me show you this one, dude. You gotta check it out. His name is Tom Kelly. You'll see him if you look at the YouTube channel. But how I'm basically this guy I met. I bought some He-Man artwork from randomly when I first bought this house because I'm a big He-Man fan. And then after I bought that, I just kind of was like, oh yeah, I'll reach out to that guy because he's pretty awesome. But he just did this, which was his first graphic novel, Foot Fist Frankenstein. It's basically like a Frankenstein ninja warrior, like samurai Frankenstein. And dude, I hope he doesn't hear me say that because it's probably horribly butchering it. But dude, it's so good. All the artwork's fantastic. You can tell he just spent a year of his life. It's like his, project. You know what I mean? So it's so fucking cool to see.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I'm trying to get back into it. I did it. I only own two really. I have a lot of books, but like the only two graphic novels I own is Moss and The Killing Joke.
Dude, he blew my mind when he told me this. If you have a library card, they have thousands of comics, graphic novels.
Oh yeah,
even new releases that you can just read online for free. I had no idea.
I just got my it's been 2 years and I just got my ID changed over to Maryland, and I've been thinking about going to the library because it's not far from here.
To do it now, so you may not have to actually go in. You may be able to just do it online before they switch back their COVID routine.
Yeah, you can pull up. I've been checking it out. You can pull up and I like to browse though.
I hear you. I'm the same way. I've never been able to really read like on a Kindle or anything. I'm a hold the book kind of guy.
I'm the same way. I can read short stories on a Kindle, but I need the book.
Yeah. And I consume a lot of information via the internet.
Yeah.
It's not like creative information. It's all just learning shit. I go down some rabbit holes quite often. But I'm a big fantasy novel guy.
Right on.
I like elves and dragons and shit like that.
Hey man,
not escape.
I'm a science fiction kind of guy. Huge Star Trek nerd.
Dude, you would love my co-host then, man. You could do it. I'm telling you, that guy he loves fucking Star Trek.
I haven't watched Discovery of Picard, but I've been meaning to. I just don't want to pay the money for CBS Plus.
I hear that.
I don't even got a Netflix account. I steal from that, and nobody I know has a CBS Plus account right now, so I can't steal it.
I hear that, man. I don't have one myself, but I just canceled our Uverse because they try to increase my bill and piss me off. I was like, nope, fuck it. We're not doing it anymore. We're going a la carte. But I watch a lot of, I'll stream a lot of shit.
Have you heard of John Scalzi?
No.
So John Scalzi is like the science fiction writer that I've been like basically crushing on for almost like 10 years. He's got a great book, Red Shirts.
Okay.
Highly recommend that. Sorry?
I looked it up.
Oh yeah. Dude, he's just, man, like I got his collection of short stories on my Kindle Fire.
That's
It's
dope. I want to share this with Ryan.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy this?
dude, it's literally one of my favorite books. But like, he's got a series, Old Man's War series. They're like Netflix apparently bought the rights to like 5 years ago and still hasn't made anything with, and that's been kind of frustrating me.
No shit. This is my go-to, dude. I'm a R.A. Salvatore fucking fanboy.
Right on.
I started reading his books when I was probably 12, and he's done like this whole series. Basically since I was 12, he's done a book or two each year in the same character line and shit. You know what I mean? Same universe. It's all like Dungeons and Dragons shit, but dude, it does it for me.
I've been always wanting to read Tolkien, like not just like watch the movies, but I've been always wanting to read it. I've never read any of his books.
Me either.
I've always wanted to.
Me
But like
either.
I'm also like, as I've gotten older, my time has been more limited. Like even though there's a pandemic, I'm always like I'm door dashing or
Right. On the move.
yeah.
Are you a Philip K. Dick fan? Do androids dream of
Not
electric
really.
sheep?
I mean, I don't have anything against them. I just don't know if I really read any of his stuff.
Yeah. There Amazon did took one of his books, A Man in a High Castle, and did there's like a nice TV show series with it that Amazon did. I think it's 2 seasons, but man, it's really good. It's basically the storyline is Germany won the war. And then basically Germany and China both control the United States, like have the United States split up and control parts of it. It's cool. It's a good storyline.
NBC try and make like a series off of that too before.
I think you're right. God, what was the name of it? The Red Scare or something? I don't know.
I don't remember. I think I watched one episode. Oh Jesus, what's his face? The dude who plays the hotel manager at the Continental on John Wick.
Oh God, I don't know his name either. That's a great couple movies though, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Dude, the German
Everything
Shepherd
won in an
fucking
action
skills blew my mind. Just dogs in general in movies like are awesome, but that German Shepherd was so fucking trained. It was unbelievable. Like it blew my mind. And that's
man.
and I guess it's because I got into like I just randomly would watch Keanu Reeves doing like the gun shooting practice where he'd go and quick draw and do all his training for that shit. So I watched a lot of that. So it got me real excited about it. I nerded out on it for sure. I love a good fucking action movie. I'm a big martial arts guy.
When are we gonna get like the Avengers style team up of the Equalizer, Denzel with John Wick, and
Ooh, that would be good.
put Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher in it?
See, I would think the way to do it is just to make him it's got to be one like a Hotel Artemis Assassins Guild type thing where they all going after each other. You know what I mean? You got to kind of combine their storylines to make them all. You don't want them teaming up. You don't want an A-team situation. You want to.
Yeah, but you couldn't have the Equalizer and John Wick going after each other. They'd have to team up eventually. I mean, they might start out.
Yeah, you got your in the Royal Rumble. Everybody, truces with a couple of wrestlers in the Royal Rumble at some point. But you get down to mano a mano. Well, somebody's got to go over the top rope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
but, like-
don't want to cut this short, but there's UFC pay-per-view on right now that I really want to watch. It's
Hey,
the
man,
main
I
fucking fight.
understand.
Are you a UFC fan?
I used to watch them all the time. I can't tell you much about it nowadays.
Dude, I can turn the TV if you want to see it. I can throw it on.
Oh no, I'm probably. I
Okay.
had a friend message me like an hour ago. I told her I'd call her back.
Sweet. Dude, it's been a fucking pleasure for real.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, dude. I really like to see more of your shit though. To be honest, I couldn't find a lot of